White Ranger Tiger Power. White Ranger Tiger Power. White Ranger Tiger Power. Go White Ranger. Go White Ranger. Go White Ranger. Go White Ranger right now.
Oh, this your boy living with the Hendersons coming at y'all today for some kind of important. You know who I am. I got my co-host living with the Mayhems. I got my
What's
other
up?
co-star, Kay Coleman. I got my other co-star, Treasy Cosmetics. What's going on with y'all?
Nothing was
Y'all
going
already know
on.
what it is. If
All
y'all
right.
already know, you know what I'm saying? This your boy, Mr. Living with the Mayhems. If y'all ain't did it yet, y'all know what to do. Y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe to your boy Living with the Mayhems. I got a couple story times coming in soon. I actually got a documentary I'm working on. Story time I'm working on is the one time I went to New Orleans for WrestleMania 34. So y'all be looking out for that story time coming in real soon. Living with the Mayhems. Don't forget.
All right, y'all. We want to talk to y'all about some stuff that's kind of I found out last night that kind of made me mad. But my first question is to Miss K. Coleman.
Yeah,
What you think about the president?
I think he just full of crap. I think he need to go back where he came from and stuff like that because for one, we didn't ask for him to be here. You know what I'm saying? We need a new president in line because he just messing up everything that he put his hands on.
True, true,
Amen to that.
true.
I mean, if I may say something about it, I may not know too much about the presidency thing, but um, when we had President Obama, they was trying to get him out of office for like a while when he was trying, like, he was just trying to put everything in place and it's trying to help the, to help us Americans to, live a steady, firm, incredible life. But now that we got, somebody that is not doing what they're supposed to, and they acting like they got the whole world in their hands, they know what to do, and you know what I'm saying? Like my thing about this
Right, right.
President Trump thing, like everybody is disliking Trump, even from myself. You know what I'm saying? I may not know much of this dude, but even for myself, like I dislike everything this man is talking about. Like when he uh was saying at one point he's trying to do everything he can to help the Americans, through this coronavirus pandemic thing, and he came up with a silly idea to inject. Uh, he came up with a silly idea to inject disinfectant. Like, how stupid can you be? Why would you tell 1,000 or maybe a billion, billions, trillions of Americans to inject disinfectant? You just causing yourself to basically kill off the blacks. You know what I'm saying? And I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not on no racist thing, but that's just saying like, okay, we gonna tell the white folk, oh yeah, y'all can drink bleach and y'all will be fine. Man, them folks will be dead and probably down there here. And, you know what I'm saying? Excuse my language, but my thing is like, you was just stupid, man. Like, where did you even come from?
Real nigga talk.
Honest, right?
Real.
You know what I'm saying? And, I mean, come on. All you is just is a money hungry president, bro. You already tried to you already tried to sue somebody who has billions, billions, billions of dollars. And if I may say the man's name, I know this don't, context from, the podcast that we're on, his name is Vincent Kennedy McMahon. He's the co-founder of WWE, which he's been in business for years. And him and Trump had some kind of disagreement one time where he tried to sue Mr. McMahon. I'm gonna tell you, you're not going. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to sue that dude. You know what I'm saying?
True.
You can try to do it, but you ain't gonna be able to do it for nothing. Now,
Right.
as far as the Trump thing goes, um, my thing is, man, this man need to go back to where he belongs, and let's get us a president who do care about us Americans. You see what I'm saying? We need
True.
somebody that's gonna stand firm to their word and do what needs to be done in order to take care of the Americans. You know what I'm saying? And we all just trying to go from what we know. You know what I'm saying? We may not get along with one another or something like that, but at the same time, it don't matter. Like I heard somebody say, it don't matter if you're black, white, peach, burnt, or whatever. At the same time, it's like we all family at one another. Hell, the Mexicans didn't like us. We don't like the Mexicans. Same as white people. But at the same time, we gotta learn from, you know what I'm saying? We gotta learn from their perspective to learn where they actually came from. If we was like, if we was to put in motion to actually get along with one another, we wouldn't even live in it. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be living in a fucked up world that we already in. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Straight up.
Right. Right. Miss Treasy Cosmetics, same question.
What I feel about the president, he done messed up big time. They caught him in his lies. They trying to cover everything up. That goes back to the story that I heard from last night through the video about this lady. They try to cover her up, and they saw this lady, and so she won't say what was going on. And she wrote a book about the plaque. And it tells all the secrets about these people, well, what they're doing. She was giving out names. And when you think of it, they knew about it all along. And I feel like it is a cover-up type of situation. You want to see so much stuff to other countries, but you don't want to do nothing to help the United States. Like, oh, forget about us. We ain't good. What we spend our money on.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And honestly, if I may say something to what she just said, um, it's like you know what I'm saying? I feel like this. I feel like they trying to push us back from when we was like, down in slavery. We was in that shit for years and years to come. You know what I'm saying? When I had history class back in school, they said one of the people who escaped slavery was Harriet Tubman. Not only did she get an escape route for herself, but she had an escape route for only her and her side of the people. You know what I'm saying? She did this in order for us to live free. You know what I'm saying? But as far, like I said, as far as this Trump thing going on, it's like anybody and everybody can dislike what I say about it, in which I really don't care. Um, it's just like I said, it's pitiful of what this man is doing. Like I don't even see how you even got a vote to become president. You know what I'm saying? And if you was to try to do the right thing, you would run the White House correct. Correct. And if you know what I'm saying, if they had any type of evidence how this man doing when he well he actually had a couple of cases where they was talking about how he was touching women inappropriately and
That's
all
true.
this
That's true.
all this crap.
That's
Now
true.
that's true.
That's
I've
true.
heard several times, excuse my language, he was touching, women in the wrong places where he touched them by the vagina in his words.
That's
But
true. True.
that's that's that may be true for what he did, but it's also wrong. You go to a black chick and try to do that, you gonna
You
get your
slap.
toothpaste slapped out of your head
Gonna
for doing
slap.
that.
Complete
Straight.
slap. Okay. I don't mean to cut you off living with the main hands, but I'm gonna do it like this. My Treasy Cosmetics, living with the main hands, Miss K. Coleman. Put your seatbelts on because we finna take a journey back to when he got elected to the White House. Now, this is what I found out last night.
Hmm.
This fool decided to say he was the president of the United States, right?
Right.
Right.
He understood what was going on before the virus ever hit the United States. All of us know the virus started in China.
Right.
This dude decided to send over 1 million masks and ventilators to China. You say you the president, right? You said you love the United States, right? If you the president, you should have shut the whole United States down when you found out it was coming. You
Exactly.
should
I
have
mean,
you should hold on. You should have shut it down. Complete shutdown. But you did. You talking about you for the United States, right? You for the people, right? Okay, if you for the people, y'all three check this out. If you a millionaire and you saying you giving back to your community, you never been high. Go to the hood one time, buy a sack. Go to the hood one time, buy an 8 bar. Go to the hood one time, buy some ice, some speed, some acid. Try it. Smoke a blunt in the hood. Go in the hood with your security guards and see how many people be around you. Go to the hood good, just one good time with no guns, no security guards, no limos, no nothing, and see how many people see how long you will be in the hood.
you ain't
They're
gonna
right.
be in there for long. You saw how
Number
they do. You saw how they
number
did Mr. Curtis.
number. No, hold on, living with the
That,
man. I ain't done yet. This is another one. The same video Miss Treasy Cosmetics was talking about. Man, they did this lady so wrong. They had her on a gag order for 5 years. They kicked in this lady door, SWAT, talking about some where the notebooks at. They tortured this lady's husband for 5 to 7 months straight. Talking about
wow.
if she don't hand over the notebooks, they gonna kill him. This lady, the same book Miss Treasy Cosmetics was talking about, called The Plague of Corruption. This lady had 97 people tried to testify for her. And every time she said something, they brought her up, they tried to bring her up on bogus charges. They didn't have no kind of proof of what this lady was doing. They didn't have
Wow.
no kind of charges. They couldn't bring this lady up on charges. They did this lady so damn wrong. And I'm gonna tell you, it's another dude. He a doctor. His name is Tony Finchy.
Hmm.
Now you should know who Tony Finchy is. That's the head director of FEMA. You paid
Wait a
these.
minute. Dude
Hold
just
on, wait a
under.
minute. Hold on, wait a minute. You sit there and you pay these $1 million corporations to keep their mouth closed. You paid them so much money, they want to pay LA Lakers. And LA Lakers get paid millions of dollars and they gave that money right back. If you say you love your country, fight for your country. Don't sit there and be on
Exactly.
no kind of stuff. Can I get an amen out of y'all three?
Amen.
Man. I mean, because
And then
like
he
Because
Miss
turned it over
Miss
to
said,
FEMA. He was no longer the president
he's
after he
no
turned it over.
he's no longer the president. FEMA running the show.
Turned it over to FEMA. They sure is.
FEMA
And why
running
you
the show
every
now.
time the governor comes on and giving us update and say talking about FEMA, it runs hand in hand. So they already knew.
And
They
Tony
knew what went on.
and Dr. Finch is the head of the NIAID of directors.
Right.
It's a cover up.
All the
They
cover up.
wow.
they covered this up for years. They covered it up. And you sitting up there when the dude was standing at the presidential podium and saying what he said, his dumb tail gonna say, you should have told us. You should have took your tail over there and handed the United States to FEMA. We don't know what's coming. Far as we know, Army, National Guard, Marines, Navy, whoever might come in the middle of the night, wake us up out our sleep, kicking our doors in. We don't know what's
Mhm.
gonna happen.
Nah, you don't. You know what I'm saying? Because the way, you know what I'm saying, as I said before, you know what I'm saying, I feel like this world that we in now, it's like, I don't know if y'all ever felt like this, but I feel like it's gonna come straight to an end where we're gonna go straight on back. You know what I'm saying? They may try to kill us, you know what I'm saying, all because of it. But hey, live and you learn. That's the way I see it.
But I can tell you this: all of us, all of us on this podcast, love the United States.
Sure do.
All us on this podcast love Saginaw, Michigan. All us on this podcast love each other. All
Exactly.
us, all three of us on this podcast got kids. Nothing but girls.
Sure do. And family on top of
All
that.
four of us on this podcast going with each other. You got living with the Mayhens and K Tone. You got living with the Hendersons and Treasy Cosmetics. We one big happy family, and you think all four of us is gonna let Donald Trump, Tony Finchie, FEMA, and anybody else break our family up? No,
Mm-mm.
because it's not going down like that.
Mm-mm. Sure not.
Miss K. Coleman,
Yeah.
say what you feel. The floor is yours.
I feel like Donald Trump need to go back where he came from, and the the city need to stand up and say what's on their mind as far as the president and what's going on in the United States, and protect each other. Stand up as one, as for each other.
Right. Every city, every state, every country. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're saying this virus is going on through every on well they say it's coming from China. You know what I'm saying? It's like every time we go and buy something, I don't know if you guys ever look at the tag, like it just said like made in China, made in China, made in China. It's like, okay, well, maybe that's where it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? Everything is from there. But as far as the virus is done up, you keep saying about you want to keep extending every week, every month. All right, come on now. People are losing their job. Their schooling just hasn't been open for almost almost for a few months now. You know what I'm saying? And I believe like Miss Coleman said, all of us need to stand together as one. Not
True.
only not only the city of Saginaw, not only the state of Michigan, but the whole country, every foreign country, every city, every state. Every state stands up, I guarantee you, they cannot kill us all. You know what I'm saying? They can't hold us back
True.
just because of our opinion. They cannot hold us back because it's the truth. Whatever
True.
we speak is the truth.
It's just like it's just like when George Bush, rest in peace, tried to find Osama bin Laden. By the time
Mhm.
Obama Barack Obama got in office, he sent SWAT to go find Osama bin Laden. And what happened? Found him, killed him. End of discussion. Now, this coronavirus and Donald Trump done tell, then sit there, let this thing silent killer take out half of the United States. That's genocide. You're killing yourself. You worrying about your property. You ain't thinking about nobody else.
Oh, you're only thinking for yourself.
You sitting
And
up here
thinking
talking about
about
some.
his money.
That's all he thinking about is his money. What about my money? What about my kid? You fired the head director of FBI just to put your son-in-law in the mix. You sit there and did some dirty stuff to people, just like the governor.
Just to cover up anything you know.
He sat there, shut down the state of Michigan.
Georgia too.
She shut down the state of Michigan and schools too. And now she doing her job right. She opening slowly where people can go back to work, go to paying their bills, and so on and so on.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean to cut you off. I don't mean to cut you off, but you know what I'm saying? When she was I seen her when she had the live conference on Facebook. She was just saying like they're gonna try their best to open everything slowly, but they still wanted us to be careful. We can
Yeah,
still the social distance. If you have friends, family, and things like that, you can still do the social distance things like that over video calls, phone calls, and things like that. And honestly, I do agree for what she's trying to do now, but I didn't like from what I heard from the last time. I didn't like. I disagree for everything she was doing before, but now that she's putting her foot, you know, when she's putting her foot to the pedal, like you said, she she's trying her best to open everything slowly, bit by bit. Like you said, people got bills to pay, and
right.
you know once once everything is open back up and everything is clear, everything can go back to normal. People can live. People like us. I'm not gonna say just everybody, but um people like us, the whole US of A, can go back to living normal lives. People getting up every day, going to their jobs, doing what they love to do. You got kids going back to school. I mean, come on, now with all this pandemic going on, you ain't seeing nothing really. You got restaurants closed. You got stores that's damn near empty. You know what I'm saying? Their inventory is running low. No tissue, no paper towels, hardly no food is on the shelf. Like, come on. Wake up, people. Just just
True,
just come on. Wake the fuck up. For real. Just wake the
true.
fuck up and see what's going on now.
Well,
Right.
I can see what's going on now because the biggest of the grocery store is Sam's Club, Walmart, Kroger,
RP,
Save a Lot, Myers
RP.
is restocking. They is restocking. It's a movie out there right now called Containment.
Mm-hmm.
What we're talking about, it contains everything we talking about
Mhm.
the numbers from when they jumping from high to low. It contains that. It contains everything that we talk about. It really, everything we talk about got everything to do with us. Like when this fool shut down the government.
Not
Like
only once, he
like
did it
like
twice.
me like me and Miss Treasy Cosmetics was talking about last night. If I was the government and you working for me and I shut down the government for 3 days, how would you approach it, Miss Key Comey? If I was the president and you working for the government and I shut y'all down for 3 days, how would you how would you feed your family?
I would just have to, if I already have food in my house, I would just have to do what I have to do. Because at the end of the day, if it was shut down for 3 days, we would have to do what we have to do, far as keeping family safe, and
Yeah.
you can't just not do nothing. It just messed up in the world.
Right.
Right, right. Mr. Living what Mr. Living with the Mayhans.
What's
Same
up?
question. If I was the president and you working for the government and I
Mm.
shut the government down for 3 days, how would you feed your family?
I mean, from where I grew up, from where I really started from, see me, I'm a country boy. You know what I'm saying? I came from Union Springs of Alabama, where um we learned how, you know what I'm saying, I had a grandfather who taught me at a young age to, like, fish, hunt. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna run out of food, you ain't gonna run out of food in a matter of days. You just have to, how they say, it's another word for saving food. I think it's like conserved or
Preserve.
whatever that word is. Conserve, yeah, conserve. Now, when I was young, I got taught to, like, hunt. Where my grandfather at one point taught me how to kill a whole deer, run out of meat, go hunt, bring that deer back, hang it upside down, skin it, clean it out, get what you want, and then just throw the rest away. You know what I'm saying? And you got a whole. I mean, you can go from deer, fish. Um, you can, like, I know they say it's wrong to kill wild game, but at the
Yeah,
same time,
that,
you
that's
have to
that's
you have to you have to have a, how you say, you have to have a survivalist mindset. Like, wait a minute, I'm running low on food. What can I
well.
do? My
I,
family needs this. My
I,
family needs
I,
that.
I don't mean to cut you off living with the Mayhans, but you is right. That's them guys creatures. But in order to survive, you got to do what you got to do to feed your family.
Exactly.
Even that means if we shut down for 3 days, even if you got to rob a bank to feed your family, knowing you going to jail, even if you don't, if you do got to sell weed, crack, cocaine, even if you gotta do dirty stuff, you don't want your kids to know what you're doing just to feed your family. I'm not gonna say it's worth it, but you got to do what you got to do to feed your family.
Exactly.
Miss Treasy Cosmetics, if I was the president and I shut down the government for 3 days, how would you feed your family?
By any means necessary. That's coming up to one. By any means necessary. If I have to go out, steal, even I have to either save some food, but I won't kill nobody. Um, I might do a little bit of underhanded type stuff, but at the end of the day, I know that's wrong, but you have to do by any means. I mean, any means necessary. You
True,
know
Survival
what
of
I
the
mean?
fittest.
true. But see, me, if one of y'all was the president and I'm working for the government and y'all shut my job down for 3 days, I go back to my old way. Sell a little weed. That's one way you know your kids, your wife, your mama, daddy, grandma, grandpa, whoever, you know that's what you doing. That's how you feed your family.
Exactly.
That's how you
And
feed your family. That's all
right.
day. That's how you feed your family. You sell a little weed, little crack, little cocaine, or whatever. That's how you feed your family. That's
Yeah.
all.
I mean, you gotta do. I mean, yeah. I mean, because you gotta do. What you have to do by any means necessary.
Okay. We
And there's an old saying that not only am I eating for self, but I'm eating. You know what I'm saying? Not only am I'm the only person eating, my family got to eat too. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? You having a whether you having a steady job, whether you doing like you said, you got to do what you got to do to survive. I don't
Right.
give a damn. If you got to hustle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Make it. You know what I'm saying? Sell. Like food and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
mean, either way it goes, it is what it is.
Right. But
What
number
it is.
one, but number one thing is it's this old it's an old song by this artist named Johnny Taylor. He put out a song called Too Many Memories. Now out of all us,
Hold your
including
head
our
back for that one.
kids, including our kids, our parents, their grandparents had it hard growing up.
Yeah.
And I'm finna go down the list from well from Keola, Monica Mama, Aunt Cora, Uncle Eddie, living with the Mayhems mama, my mama, may she rest in peace, my daddy, may he rest in peace, all had it hard because they grew up in the 50s and 60s.
Let me get this little piece of plastic right here.
Oh yeah.
They had they had it hard growing up, dealing with slavery, all that kind of stuff. Can I get an amen?
Right?
Amen.
Even 1937, in the late 1940s, it
From
was a
the
lot of
40s,
stuff going on.
from the 40s on up. But my number one thing when Trump said before he even made office, he talking about sending all black people back to Africa. What did we do to you? What we say to you so bad that you want to send us back on the boat to Africa? You just want it back where only restaurants. Niggas gotta eat in the back. Niggas can't use the same bathroom as the white folks. Niggas can't drink out the same water fountain. Niggas can't look at white women. Ku Klux Klan, that's the kind of thing you want to do. You ain't loving black people. You trying to punish black people, and black people ain't having it. That's that's the whole point. Black people is not having that. You just can't up and decide to say, okay, I'm finna send all niggers back to Africa.
We not from Africa. We from the United States.
Right. Our parents is not from
The
Africa.
United States, and we come from a whole different period of family. So at the end of the day, us as the third or fourth generation is smarter than ever. And now this generation we ain't taking it. So y'all people need to wake up, open your eyes, do research. Um,
Right. But the number one thing is,
yeah, so it's a lot that we don't see, and we might not understand it, but we will.
our kids see it better than we do.
Right.
Right.
Our kids so advanced and smarter. You can ask any child of our kids, what's the capital of North Carolina? It won't take them nothing but a second.
Right.
Now the major states that's suffering, that's really going through it is New York, Atlanta, California, all the neighboring states is going through it as we speak.
Oh yeah, definitely them big states are going through it.
They going through, they
Just
go
like we were.
they is going through it hard as ever because National Guard, Army is all down there in them states.
Mhm.
Mhm.
All
And they,
day, every day. I see we done kind of ran over the time. Um, I would like to think,
I mean, if you look at, you know what I'm saying, if you look at some of the major states that like you in right now, you got some states that's like damn near deserted. Like you ever been like at a dry desert, just nothing but just dry ass dirt. It's kind of
man,
like that.
man, it's been like that, man. Since this stuff come up, it's been like that. But I would like to thank
Right.
my co-hosts,
I don't blame you. I don't think
Trees.
it's crazy, but I don't blame
Right. I want to thank Treasy Cosmetics for being on the show. I want to thank Kate Coleman for being on the show. I want to thank my other co-host, Living with the Mayhems, from being on the
you.
show,
Much obliged.
which, which he has a podcast on the 16th of May talking about kindness. Y'all tune in 9:30.
Yeah.
So if y'all like when y'all hear this and y'all like what we talked about, drop me an email. ehenderson446@gmail.com. Peace, love, and loyalty. And we out.
Absolutely. We out.